Hey, for Niners faithful! We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco. For Niners, before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to For Niners Zone and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any breaking news or exciting updates about the Niners. In what could only be described as a bombshell move sending shockwaves across the NFL landscape, the San Francisco 49ers have reportedly pulled the trigger on a blockbuster trade involving quarterback Brock Purdy, according to growing whispers from league insiders and well-placed sources. The Niners are set to part ways with their former Mr. Irrelevant turned playoff hero, and in return, they're bringing in none other than veteran signal caller Kirk Cousins. Yes, you heard that right, Cousins, who many believed was locked into his twilight years with the Minnesota Vikings, could now be gearing up in red and gold. While there's still no official confirmation from the franchises involved, multiple reports have hinted at advanced discussions, with trade parameters allegedly already in place. The implications of such a move are enormous, not just for the teams involved, but for the entire league. Fans are stunned, analysts are scrambling for context, and social media is in an absolute frenzy. Why would the 49ers give up on Purdy, who helped carry them to an NFC Championship appearance, only to bring in a quarterback widely seen as consistent but unspectacular? The move screams boldness, perhaps even desperation, and it's left everyone asking, what's really going on in San Francisco? Brock Purdy, once overlooked in the 2022 NFL Draft as the final pick, quickly emerged as a fan favorite and locker room leader. His Cinderella story captivated the league as he stepped in amid injury chaos and not only held his own but outplayed expectations. He moved the offense with efficiency, showed poise under pressure, and nearly led the team to a Super Bowl berth. For a franchise that cycled through quarterbacks like a revolving door in recent years, Purdy seemed like the answer they'd been searching for. So why now? Why trade away a young, ascending talent on a team-friendly contract? Some insiders speculate that Kyle Shanahan, always with an eye on precision and control, never fully embraced Purdy as his guy. Perhaps Cousins, whom Shanahan once coached in Washington and reportedly admires deeply, represents a safer, more predictable option. There's also the element of playoff readiness. Cousins, while not flashy, brings over a decade of experience and command at the line of scrimmage. Could this be a case of familiarity winning out over potential? If so, it may speak volumes about the organization's mindset heading into the 2025 season and the level of urgency they feel to finally hoist that elusive sixth Lombardi trophy. The rumor mill didn't just start spinning today, though. Whispers of a possible Shanahan-Cousins reunion have existed for years, going back to 2017 when the 49ers originally passed on Cousins in favor of trading for Jimmy Garoppolo every offseason since. There have been murmurs, usually dismissed as speculation, linking the two, but this time it feels different. Sources close to the situation say discussions began quietly shortly after last season's playoff exit, where the Niners once again came up short. While Purdy's individual play wasn't necessarily to blame, the coaching staff reportedly emerged from that loss with a clear-eyed view. They needed someone who could command the offense with veteran savvy, limit mistakes in high-pressure moments, and give them a more balanced passing attack. Cousins, despite his critics, checks many of those boxes. At 36, he's seen just about every defensive scheme imaginable and has compiled over 39,000 passing yards in his career. Still, the move carries risk. Cousins is coming off a torn Achilles and injury that has derailed many careers. Are the Niners gambling on him returning to form in time for a Super Bowl push? Or is there another layer to this decision we haven't seen yet? What makes this potential trade even more intriguing is the ripple effect it could have throughout the NFC. With Cousins in San Francisco, the 49ers immediately become a different kind of contender. Their offense, already loaded with stars like Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle, now has a field general with surgical accuracy and pocket presence. The question is whether Cousins can maximize that talent the way Shanahan believes he can. Conversely, Purdy's departure could open the door for several teams desperate for quarterback stability. Imagine Purdy landing in a system like Atlanta's, or even Pittsburgh's, where his quick decision-making and mobility could shine. Suddenly, this trade becomes more than just a swap, it's a league-altering event. The balance of power in the NFC, already razor-thin, could shift dramatically, depending on how this deal shakes out. Teams like the Eagles, Cowboys, and Lions all of whom see the Niners as the biggest obstacle to a Super Bowl berth, will be watching closely. If Cousins clicks in Shanahan's system, it could be the final piece of the puzzle. If not, this move might go down as one of the most high-stakes gambles in recent NFL memory. And what about the locker room? Purdy wasn't just a quarterback. He was beloved by teammates, respected by coaches, and admired by fans. His humility, work ethic, and next-man-up mentality earned him trust across the organization. A sudden trade could fracture that chemistry. Cousins, while professional and respected in his own right, is entering a new environment where expectations are sky-high, and the margin for error is razor-thin. Will the players rally around him, or will there be a quiet undercurrent of loyalty to Purdy that affects team dynamics? It's hard to say. Shanahan and GM John Lynch have cultivated a culture of accountability and resilience in San Francisco, and one would assume they've thought through those implications. Still, chemistry isn't something you can plug into a playbook. It develops over time, and Cousins will need to earn his place not just in the huddle, but in the hearts of a team that's grown accustomed to battling alongside their unlikely hero. Leadership transitions in the NFL are always delicate, but this one feels especially charged given what's at stake and the emotional weight Purdy carried for this franchise. Financially, the deal raises eyebrows as well. Purdy's rookie contract was one of the best values in the NFL, giving the 49ers tremendous roster flexibility. Cousins, on the other hand, has rarely been considered a budget-friendly option. Even post-Achilles, he commands a premium salary. If the Niners are absorbing his full cap hit or even a significant portion, they'll be forced to make some tough roster decisions. Could that mean parting ways with a key defensive piece? Or restructuring deals for veterans like Trent Williams or Fred Warner? The front office has always been savvy with the cap, but this move suggests an all-in mentality, potentially mortgaging the future for immediate returns. That strategy has worked for teams like the Rams in recent years, but it comes with consequences. What happens if Cousins doesn't pan out? The Niners could find themselves without a long-term quarterback answer, and without the financial flexibility to recover quickly. It's a bold play, one that speaks to both confidence in Cousins and a willingness to risk everything for a shot at glory. Whether it pays off remains to be seen, but the financial gymnastics required to make this work could have lasting impacts. Fans, as you might expect, are divided. Social media is an all-out battlefield, with hashtag Team Purdy and number KIRK trending. Simultaneously, some 49ers faithful are heartbroken, calling it a betrayal of everything the young quarterback represented. Others are cautiously optimistic, trusting Shanahan's vision and believing that Cousins, in this offense, could finally reach his full potential. The national media is equally polarized. Some pundits are praising the aggressiveness of the move, saying it's exactly the kind of bold decision that separates contenders from pretenders. Others are calling it reckless, a panicked response to recent playoff failures. For every argument about Cousins' experience, there's a counterpoint about Purdy's upside. For every pro about scheme fit, there's a con about age and injury history. The debate is fierce, and it's not going away anytime soon. If anything, it's only going to intensify as training camp approaches. One thing is certain, this storyline will dominate headlines for weeks to come. Whether it's hailed as genius or folly, the decision to swap Purdy for Cousins is one that will define the 49ers' legacy in this era. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Behind the scenes, you have to wonder what this means for Kyle Shanahan's legacy. Despite multiple deep playoff runs, he's yet to win the big one, and the pressure is mounting. In many ways, Cousins represents the quarterback Shanahan always wanted: smart, accurate, detail-oriented, and coachable. This could be his last chance to prove that with the right QB, his system is unstoppable. If he's wrong, though, it may raise uncomfortable questions about his decision-making and talent evaluation. The 49ers have invested heavily in quarterbacks, under Shanahan trading up for Trey Lance, riding with Jimmy G, discovering Purdy, and now potentially trading for Cousins. That's a lot of movement for a position that's supposed to be the bedrock of any contender. If this latest experiment falters, critics will ask why the coach with such a brilliant offensive mind can't seem to settle on a franchise quarterback. Conversely, if it succeeds, it'll vindicate every twist and turn in the journey. Shanahan's legacy is very much on the line, and this move feels like the ultimate bet on himself and the system he believes in. Whether it ends in confetti or catastrophe, history is being written in San Francisco. Meanwhile, Cousins himself must be feeling the weight of expectations. After years of being the league's most debated quarterback, too good to discard, not quite elite enough to silence critics, he now walks into perhaps the most talent-rich roster of his career. This isn't Minnesota. In San Francisco, the pressure to win is relentless. The media glare is unforgiving. Every misstep will be magnified. Every throw scrutinized. Can he handle it? Will he thrive under Shanahan's guidance or shrink under the spotlight? His Achilles rehab reportedly is ahead of schedule, and those close to him say he's eager for this new challenge, but the NFL is a league of results. Cousins won't be judged by numbers or QBR, he'll be judged by playoff wins and Super Bowl rings. Anything less than a deep postseason run will be seen as failure. That's the deal in the Bay Area. The pieces are there. The coach believes in him. Now it's up to Cousins to deliver. For a player who's spent his career seeking validation, this may be the opportunity and the pressure he's always dreamed of. The stakes could not be higher. As for Purdy, his next chapter is wide open and fascinating. Teams around the league are undoubtedly salivating at the chance to land a young, battle-tested quarterback with a chip on his shoulder and a track record of overachievement. The buzz suggests multiple franchises have already made inquiries. From the Patriots to the Raiders to even the Broncos, wherever he goes, he'll bring a unique mix of humility, grit, and experience that's rare for someone his age. In a league constantly hunting for the next franchise QB, Purdy could become one of the hottest commodities on the market. Don't be surprised if he lights it up elsewhere and turns this trade into a long-term regret for the 49ers. This isn't just a change of teams, it's the rebirth of a career arc that still feels like it's only beginning. He's got the tools, the leadership, and the mentality to thrive. Whether San Francisco realizes it or not, they may be handing another team their future. And if that happens, if Purdy goes on to shine elsewhere, this trade won't just be remembered as bold, it'll be remembered as the one that got away. At the end of the day, nothing is official yet, but the winds of change are swirling fast around Levi Stadium. Whether it's smoke or fire remains to be seen, but the volume of reports and the credibility of sources can't be ignored. Something is happening in San Francisco, and it feels monumental. The next few days will be critical as the pieces start to fall into place. Will the 49ers confirm the deal and usher in the Kirk Cousins era? Will Brock Purdy find a new home where he can write the next chapter of his underdog story? And most importantly, will this move finally push the Niners over the top, or will it go down as a costly miscalculation? Stay tuned, because one thing is for certain, this is not your average off-season drama. This is potentially a legacy-defining moment for players, coaches, and an entire organization. Whatever happens next, the eyes of the football world will be watching. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.